Okay guys, so today I'm going to be showing you the tutorial for my oil and water routine. So I posted the performance a few days ago, so if you have not seen that, please go ahead and check that out so that you will know what the trick is and everything if you haven't seen it before. I'd like to answer your questions. You asked me like, what's with the new camera angle? Why didn't you talk during the performance? The reason I didn't talk, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to try something new. I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit because I know I've been doing the same sort of thing for a while. I know you guys like it better when I talk, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to try something new with a new camera angle and like a table and me not talking and just like a silent performance. I just thought that would look kind of cool. But yeah, without further ado, I am going to talk, obviously, during this tutorial, so you'll hear everything I'm saying, and I'm going to show you guys how to do oil and water routine right now. So this trick is completely impromptu. It just uses 4 normal black cards and 4 normal red cards from any pack of cards. You can borrow 4 red cards, 4 black cards, and it really does not matter what cards you use. But preferably use spot cards, meaning like use number cards. Face cards are a little bit more memorable, and you don't really want the spectator to like remember the exact cards you're using. Like you don't want them to remember that you're using the 3 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds, etc. You know, like stuff like that, like the general thought of 4 red cards and 4 random black cards, right? So that's pretty much what this trick consists of, and basically the setup I like to use, I just put the red cards on the bottom and the black cards on top, and all these cards are in any order. Like the black cards are in any order and the red cards are in any order, like it doesn't really matter. And that is pretty much the setup right there. And then you flip over the cards and you are ready to go. So you can start by pulling these out of a deck. It really doesn't matter, but you're going to start here with the 8 cards just like this. You can split them into 4 and 4 and just say, all right, I have 8 cards over here. And square everything up and flip over the pack. And what you're going to be doing is spreading off the top 4 black cards, and you're going to flash the back. You're just going to say, all right, so we have 4 normal black cards over here. And then you're going to flip all of them over and just spread them out face down, okay? You'll probably notice that that's actually something different that I didn't do in the performance. I actually left the cards face up, but now that I've been watching the performance, I realized that actually if you leave the cards on the table face up, it makes the effect not as strong as it would be if the cards were on the table face down. And it really does just make the effect a lot stronger if the cards on the table are face down. It just creates a sense of more mystery. And it's just like, it just makes the trick a little bit more mysterious in a way. So you're just going to leave the black cards here on the table face down, and then you can show the red cards over here. Now, what I like to do is, if you're showing the card to a spectator that have like a really fast memory and they like totally remember the order of the cards really fast, I mean, obviously they won't, but what I like to do is I just kind of spread them out face down and then give the cards a cut so that the order gets mixed up so that they don't really remember which card is which. Because now what you're going to do is the first move of the trick, okay? So you're going to be peeling off the top card and the bottom card. Top card with your thumb and the bottom card with your fingers. You're just going to slide it out, slide them both out like this, and you're going to be holding on to 2 cards. That's right, a double right here, okay? You're not going to take off the top and bottom card like this and go like that, showing you have 2 cards. That's going to be really bad. You're going to just want to peel them off like this and just kind of conceal the fact that they're 2 cards, because you kind of want to make it look like 3, because you just want to make it look like a packet. So just kind of go like that, really subtle, and then flip over the double. So this is 2 cards right here. You're going to flip it over and flash this card. And to flip it back over onto the pack, what I like to do is I go like this, and I'm going to put it back here, and I just kind of drag it along the pack and flip it over just like that. So how I do that is like this, and then I bring it over, drag it, and then just kind of let go with my thumb and ring finger, just like that. And I just kind of let it go and leave it out jogged a little bit. So you say, okay, we're going to start by mixing up the colors, and you can explain the oil and water do not mix together, and it's the same exact concept with red and black cards pretty much. So just explain that. So then you're going to take a black card here, flip it over, and leave it a little bit more out jogged than the red card. You're going to take all these 3 cards over here, because this red card is actually 2 cards right over here. So you're going to leave all these cards out jogged, and then you're going to pick all of them up right here. So you're going to pick up all these cards, and you're just going to flip them over and square them up. And obviously, you won't flash that, the double, because it'll be squared up. Then you're just going to set the cards down red, black. And what you just did is actually just set down 2 red cards over here. And what I like to do is set them down in like sort of a diagonal pattern going down. It just kind of looks really nice. So now you're basically going to do the exact same thing you just did with the top and bottom card, except now it's not really any sleight of hand. Like there's no double lifts in this part. So it's pretty much the same thing that you just did, except now if you want to, you can spread them off the top and bottom card like this, because you now actually do have two cards. And this is a red card, and then you can do the same flipping over move if you want to be consistent. And then you're going to take another black card and leave it more out jogged face up, and then flip over these two cards. This is totally normal now. And now in this part, since it's normal, you actually are going to be putting down these cards for real. You can flip them over as you put them down. So you can just turn them over and then drag them along the table as you put them down. And then the same thing with the next black card, just like that. Okay, now here's the next part. So what you're going to be doing is a frustration count with this red card, because you actually have a black card here on top, but you're not going to show that. So what you're going to be doing is flashing the bottom card, and then you're going to take the top card. So you actually still have this bottom card. So, but you're just going to do it quickly. So you're just going to show the red card, boom, and put it down, and they're not going to notice anything. Then you're going to take a black card and set it down. And as you're dragging this card and flipping it over, you're going to flip over this card at the same time, just like this, and kind of just flash it, flip it over, and then you can flip this one over just like that. And that's pretty much how to set down the cards in the first part. And flip over your cards and check if you have the exact same setup as me. And what you should have is black, red, black, 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 red, 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 okay? So that's the setup of the cards of the first part of the trick. So I'm just going to repeat all of that for the first part. So it starts out like this, and here you go. So you start the black cards over here, and you're going to set them on the table face down. And then you have the red cards over here, and just give them a quick cut so that they forget the order. Now you're going to peel out the top, bottom card, and flip over the double, just like this, and flip it back over on top of the pack. Take a black card, and flip over these three cards all at once, set down two cards singly, just like that. And those are two red cards. Top and bottom card again. Take this single card, it's a single card, and then take a single black card and flip over those two cards. And now you can show, actually, because you are doing this part for real, and show the red and black mixing together. So now, frustration count, take the top card, so you're going to leave this card, and then black card, and as you flip it over, flip over this card, and last but not least, flip over this black card. So it really does look like you mixed together the red and the black. So now here's the next part of the trick. So what you're going to do is you're going to show the top card, or the last card that you dealt was black. And what you're going to be doing, say the spectator is watching it from here, you're going to show the card to them like this, and you're going to be blocking the deck just like this from their eyesight. So you're going to be blocking it. It's going to look like this to them, okay? Because what you're going to be doing is covering, you're going to push off the top card and catch a pinky break right below it, okay? So that's basically what you're hiding. So you're going to say, since the last card we dealt was black, and you're going to show it to them, and as you do that, you're going to push off the top card and readjust with your fingers to catch a pinky break right below the card. And now you can just flip over the card back face up on top of the pack, and now you're going to snap your fingers and say, since the last card we dealt was black, and now you're going to take two cards, all the cards from the pinky break, so it's just these two cards. What I did was I pushed them off together, and how I did that was I used my thumb and my middle and ring finger, sort of use it to lever the card over so that it doesn't separate the two cards like this. That's a little bit advanced, but if you just want to, you can just take the cards from the break and just hold them like this, or like this actually. This is the way you're supposed to hold them, just like this, but you're going to keep them squared up, and you're going to use these two cards here to flip over the next card. And then put the next card on top, and you're going to hold it with your thumb right here. And then flip over the next card. Same thing, hold it with your thumb. And then flip over the next card and hold it with your thumb. Now you're going to take these 5 cards over here, because you're holding that card right below it. And you're going to put all these cards right here on top of the pack and give the pack a little spin. And then just spread off the top 4 black cards and then show that you have the 4 red cards over here. And that is the first part of the trick. So now you're going to take the red cards, put them face down on the table over here, and then pick up the black cards in your hand and flip them over, okay? Now what you're going to be doing is a triple lift, okay? So you're going to flip over 3 cards at once, okay? So how I do that is I do a pinky pull down on the bottom card, and I can flip over these 3 cards easily not like that. And I can flip over these 3 cards easily, just like that, and it looks like 1 card. And if you do it at the right angle, it really does look like 1 card. So just like this, you're gonna flip over 3 cards. So 3 cards face up, and you're gonna say, so now we're actually going to leave the red cards face up. I mean, the red cards on the table face down. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip over the pack and use these fingers here to just slide out the top card just like this. And you're doing this because you don't want to flash the next face up card. And you're gonna tap the cards on the table. You're gonna say, we're gonna leave the red cards on the table and the black cards in my hand. And you're gonna take the card, turn it over, and put it back on the top and square it up and then flip over the pack. And now it looks like you've just done nothing and just tapped the cards and put it back, but actually you've secretly flipped over the 2 middle cards in the middle, okay? So now what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna grab the first red card, okay? And it really is a red card because all these are red cards. And what you're gonna be doing is another pinky pull down. So you're gonna pull down the bottom card as you take this card, and you're gonna flip it over on top of the pack. And now instead of just flipping over the single card, you're actually gonna flip over every single card, pretty much every single card besides the bottom cards. You're gonna flip over 4 cards at once. So you're gonna flip over 4 cards and set down the top card is actually gonna be a black card, okay? So then this next part is probably the most difficult, even though it's not really difficult at all. It's just kind of the most confusing part. You're going to be taking the next card, but you don't want to peel it off because then you're going to expose that card. So what you're going to do is you're going to peel it off upside down just like this. So you're just going to use your thumb here, just like that. You're just going to do this move, but you're going to do it when your hand is flipped over, just like that, okay? That's pretty much what's happening. So you're going to go like this, say the black card here, and you're going to, as you're flipping it over, the larger action is going to cover the smaller action. The larger action is you flipping over the card, and the smaller action is you getting a break under this face-up card as your wrist is turned over, just like this. You're going to do both of these moves at once, okay? So it's going to look like this. Pretty much, but that was obviously exaggerated. You're just going to want to make it like as small as possible. That was pretty small right there, and now I have a break. So you just set the card down, so now I have a break right under this card, and my wrist is still face down because I still don't want to expose the card. So I'm going to take the card here. I actually don't want to flip it over yet because that would just ruin the purpose of flipping it over anyway. So I'm just going to take it and put it right here on the bottom of the pack, face up. So now I just put it right here on top of the card. And since I have my break, I can easily do a double turnover, double lift, just like that, and take the top card, set it down. Is actually going to be a black card. You're going to flip over the pack just like this. You're just going to flip over your hand, flash the bottom card, and you're actually going to take the bottom card. So there's no moves in that part. And now the trick is pretty much done. You're supposed to have 2 black cards here in your hand, but actually you already have 2 red cards, and these are already 2 red cards here. So what I like to do is just interlace them. So I put this card in the 3rd position and this card on top, and square them up, and then square up these cards. And then what you can do is you can put your hand over the cards, or if you want to, you can just snap your fingers and then flip over the cards, fan them out just like this, spread them out, show that the colors have separated, just like this. So I'm going to go over that last part just one more time, okay? And then that will be the end of the tutorial. So for the last part of the trick, you have all 4 red cards here on the table, face down, and you're going to start out with the black cards in your hand, and you're going to start out with a triple lift. So you flip over 3 cards, flip over your wrist, and say that we're going to leave the red cards on the table for this part and the black cards here in my hand. Just like that, now I have 2 cards face up, and this one is already face down. So now I'm going to get another pinky pull down as I grab this card and flip it over on top of the pack. And now I'm going to flip over 4 cards just at the same time, like this. Flip over 4 cards, set down the top card. Now I'm going to do this move, but I'm going to flip over my wrist at the same time because I don't want to expose that face-up card. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to flip over the card. At the same time, I'm going to push off the top card and catch a pinky break, just like this. So I'm going to flip over the card and push off, catch a pinky break at the same time. So don't flip over your wrist yet. You're going to take the next red card, set it on the top, set it on top of the card with the break. And now since you have a break, you can easily flip over 2 cards, set down the top card, flash the bottom card, and actually set down the bottom card. There's no moves in that part. Now set this card in the 3rd position, this card on top, and then square up all these cards and snap your fingers, and the colors have magically separated. So yeah, guys, that's basically the oil and water routine. If you want to like watch the whole trick again, watch the performance, or just rewatch this tutorial video if you want to get the whole understanding of it. If you didn't understand it the first time, hopefully we can get 100K really soon, guys, because I do want to show you guys my setup, how I make my YouTube videos. That's going to be the 100K special. So be sure to tell your friends, share this video, just subscribe. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.